After a breakup, it almost seems like you can't live without your ex, that you do whatever it takes to get them back, right? You'd be willing to look like an idiot, hurt your own feelings, and even potentially mess up your life to make it happen. Now, while I admire your drive, it actually doesn't matter how much you want them back. In fact, the more you want them back, the harder it can make the process. It's not your level of motivation, but how you go about winning back your ex that's going to be the determinant in your success here. And the first thing you need to do to make this happen is to stop chasing your ex. Chasing your ex is destructive to your chances of reconnecting with them and building a better relationship that actually lasts. But don't be afraid if you've already gone down this path. It can often feel like you can't help yourself, but there are ways to break this cycle and reconnect with your ex on a more equal footing. First, we need to talk about why you're chasing after your ex. Now, I'm sure right now you feel lost and alone. You just want the pain to be over, and you think the best way to make that happen is to reconnect with your ex. Figure out what went wrong and reconcile. You think that the more time that's gone by, the less chance you have with them. And that's what's driving you to do some pretty crazy things like calling them repeatedly, blowing up their phone with texts, and maybe even showing up to surprise them at their home or work. I'm here to tell you that you've already made some serious mistakes here based on bad assumptions, and if you don't pull back right now, you might lose your ex forever. So first off, let's talk about your first assumption. That's the best way for you to feel better right now is to win back your ex. I think that this is actually dead wrong. So I'm not saying this shouldn't be your goal in the long term. I think there are plenty of relationships that can be rebuilt stronger than ever and lead to many years of happiness for both parties. But in this moment, trying to reconcile with your ex is only going to cause you more pain and heartbreak. And in reality, removing your bad feelings is not a good reason to get back together with your ex. And if you go into it with this mindset, you're going to end up right back where you started, whether it's in another few days or weeks. Right now, what you need and what your ex needs is time and space. So whatever went down between the two of you was significant enough to cause this breakup, and you both need to sit with that knowledge and actually process what happened. I know that it's painful. But unless you get to the root of what actually went wrong in your relationship, you won't have a path forward with your ex. This time apart is not only for your own mental well-being, it's necessary to make your ex realize that they made a mistake, and it's essential to getting that second chance. And remember that this time apart is not forever, though sometimes it might feel that way. I always recommend the no contact method. It's not complicated. It just means that you spend 30 days after the breakup completely cut off from your ex. So that means no phone calls, no text messages, no in-person meetups, nothing. You don't need to ignore them completely, but don't get dragged into a conversation and don't let them use you as a shoulder to cry on in hopes that it will lead to something more, because it won't. Essentially, it works by guaranteeing the two of you time apart. So this time apart has a few functions. First, it allows you to process the negative feelings that are associated with the breakup. I'm sure if the two of you met up right now, it could easily turn into a shooting match where you'd say things you regret and drive the wedge even deeper between you. After 30 days, some of the negativity that have been stuck will fade from your ex's mind, and they will be much more open to talking to you in a calm, constructive manner. In fact, studies have shown that negative memories actually fade from our memories faster than positive ones. So this means that your ex will forget, or at least stop focusing on the bad stuff that happened during the breakup and just remember how happy that you made them. Secondly, it makes your ex worry about losing you. So this time apart will hammer home the idea that they really will have to live without you. If you're always showing up and reaching out, they won't have much time to miss you or even really notice your absence. In order to maximize this feeling of loss, try to spend some time dating new people. I know dating other people is the furthest thing from your mind right now, but it can really help you in the long run. It will give you an added confidence boost, seeing that you do have other options, and it will make your ex jealous and upset, which will help your chances big time. I know it's hard to actively make choices that you know may hurt your ex. After all, you care about this person. But this is the kind of wake-up call that will make the difference between staying single and reconnecting with your ex for good. And it's not like you're doing anything truly cruel to your ex, especially since they decided to break up. You're giving them exactly what they asked for, and they can't begrudge you moving on after being dumped. Third, no contact allows you time to work on yourself. So self-improvement is the best way to spend your no contact period. Because without your ex, you're gonna have more time on your hands. You can either spend that time wallowing in sadness and end up 10 pounds heavier and full of regret and cut off from the rest of the world, or you can spend it making small but meaningful changes in your life that will not only make you feel better, it will show your ex that you're someone who is working towards goals and making the most of their own life. So this will create a powerful contrast to the puddle of tears they left you in when they decided to end things 30 days ago. And whatever happens next, this will have been time well spent because it will show you that you don't need them to be happy after all. If you can understand this, you'll see your own value, and when the time comes to reconnect, you'll be in way more control and much more confident. And finally, a no contact period subverts your ex's expectations. Instead of chasing after them like they expect you to, you're taking the initiative to move on with your life, improve yourself, and disconnect from them completely. This sends a powerful message that they're not the winner and you're not the loser in the breakup. They won't have you begging for forgiveness or trying to change their mind. They'll have to live with their decision and watch as you live your best life without them. So if you can't contact your ex, how are you supposed to know what your chances are with them? Well, you're in luck. Head over to xbackquiz.com right now to take a free quiz. It only takes a couple minutes, it's completely confidential, and it gives you a personalized report that lays out exactly how likely it is that you'll have a second chance with your ex. This quiz was created to help those in your exact situation, and it's helped thousands of people around the world. So again, that's xbackquiz.com. Now let's talk about the question I'm always asked about no contact. What if they forget about me? What if this time apart causes them to realize they made the right choice and allows them to move on? In my experience, it's extremely rare that your ex will forget about you in 30 days. In fact, it's around the 30-day mark that they will begin to miss you more than ever, because that's when it dawns on them that they may really have lost you forever. Coinciding with that, it takes about 30 days for their negative feelings surrounding the breakup to fade away, so that when you do contact them, they'll be much more open to talking with you. And while this time apart will allow them to process the breakup, this is actually a good thing. It's not going to mean that they're going to start suddenly realizing how much they didn't like you. It's usually the exact opposite. When somebody handles a breakup gracefully, it makes the dumper go, wow, they're handling this so well. Maybe I was wrong about them. Maybe I made a mistake. And letting them really sit with that feeling will be the key to winning their heart again. So we've talked about why no contact works. Now let's talk about why chasing your ex doesn't work. So this applies to chasing your ex in any way, whether you're demanding an explanation, begging them to take you back, or just staying present in their life in the hopes they'll realize the mistake they made. It's all bad news, and here's why. Chasing your ex sends them the wrong message. I know the message you're trying to send is this: I want you back. I think we can make this work, and I'm willing to give it another try. I'm the perfect person for you. But the message that you're actually sending is quite different. By chasing after your ex after being dumped, you're telling them that you lack confidence in your own desirability. You're telling them that they're the desirable one and that you're lost without them. Think about it this way. Have you ever turned someone down romantically? And has that person ever stuck around, refusing to take no for an answer, pathetically trying to get your attention and make you change your mind? This never works because it only makes you feel more desirable and it makes them look more desperate and low status. So that's exactly what you're doing to your ex right now. And by chasing your ex, you're also telling them that you don't respect their feelings or their boundaries. Breaking up with someone is never easy. It took a lot of reflection for them to come to this decision, and it required a lot of courage to go through with it. Because at the end of the day, of course, they still care about you a lot. They may even still love you on some level. You can't just turn that off like a light switch. So breaking up with you was really hard, and you need to respect that. If you refuse to accept that decision and keep hanging around, trying to change their mind, you're going to send the message that your wants and needs outweigh theirs. And if you don't respect their decision, it's pretty easy to see that you don't respect them as an individual who has made a difficult choice. This isn't romantic or charming, it's hurtful and will hurt their opinion of you. Not only that, but chasing your ex actually has the effect of strengthening their resolve. the more you reach out to them and try to get their attention at this point, the more they're just going to pull away. This is simple human psychology. They're just trying to protect themselves because they know that they do love and care about you, so that if they let their guard down, you might be able to change their mind. Knowing this, every move you make in their direction, they're just going to put up boundaries and walls to keep you away. If you break through these barriers by stalking them or showing up to their house or otherwise just pestering them, you're only going to make them feel scared and unsafe, which is not what you're going for. So at the end of the day, if you want your ex back, you need to stop chasing them right now. I know it may be difficult, it may feel like you're going against every fiber of your being, but you need to trust me that no contact is the best way forward. I've helped many people get the second chance that they're looking for, and it's always through planning, restraint, and moving slowly. It's never through texting them a 2,000-word message about your feelings. Well, that just about does it for this video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, and I wish you all the best with your ex moving forward. If you found any of that helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. It really helps me out. Do you have any topics you want me to cover here? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to help in any way I can. Bye for now.